4 female Israeli soldiers released by Hamas overnight are back in Israel after spending 477 days as hostages.
All 4 who were taken by the terror group during the October 7th attacks are now reunited with their families.
Trey Yingst joins us live from Tel Aviv with the latest. Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. We're talking about Daniela Gelboa and Karina Arayev, Nama Levy, and Liri Albag. These 4 women were taken from their base at Nachalos on the morning of October 7th, dragged into Gaza, and they've been held there for more than 15 months. Now, today they were released back into Israeli custody by Hamas. There was a ceremony in Gaza City, in Palestine Square, where they were paraded through the streets, put onto a stage, and then transferred to the Red Cross. Now, these Red Cross vehicles then drove to the IDF, and the IDF transferred them to their families along the Gaza border at a reunification center. They are currently being flown to a hospital here in central Israel, where they're going to be evaluated by a team of doctors and psychologists, and they'll also be able to link up with many of their other family members and friends. This has been a harrowing experience for so many Israelis as they look at the situation in Gaza, and they saw more than 470 days it took to get these young women out of Gaza. And Hamas used this opportunity to try and show the international community that they're organized inside the Gaza Strip. But the Israelis are saying they're not holding up their end of the bargain. There was supposed to be one other Israeli civilian that was supposed to be released today. She was not released. And as a result, the Israelis have announced they are not going to let Palestinian civilians cross from southern to northern Gaza, one of the key ceasefire agreements. This could certainly create some tension between Hamas and Israel, but Israeli officials say, look, they are not holding up to their end of the bargain, and they want to be very strict in the early part of this ceasefire agreement to ensure that Hamas and Islamic Jihad are adhering to the deal. Guys?
Trey, I'm so happy for those 4 young women, and it just is terrifying to see them paraded that way, the guys with the guns. I know that you talked earlier about how this was a PR opportunity. I don't understand the PR. I think it's a really bad look for Hamas, to say the least. My question to you is, why is there's a baby and a 5-year-old and the baby's 5-year-old brother who are still among the hostages? Any idea why they were not part of this group that was released today? Because this is just outrageous.
Yeah, we have some information about this specific family, but we'll wait for the Israeli army to announce the information. The reality is that as this war developed, many of these vulnerable hostages were taken into tunnels and into houses as the fighting raged on inside Gaza, and they were not protected by Hamas. And so this particular family is one that really became a symbol for the Israelis. The Bibas children, 2 brothers and their mother, she was holding them in the small town of Kfar Aza that sits along the Gaza border. And this video circulated of these 2 boys with red hair as they were taken into Gaza. And they, once again, have been used, this specific family, as a propaganda tool by Hamas. They have often released hostage videos of the husband of this mother, saying that the family had been killed, and just creating psychological trauma, not just for this family, but for the Israeli people who look at these young boys as symbols. And so we don't have any information publicly available to announce about this particular family, but it is just horrible when you think about how this country is just waiting to see not only what happened to them, but also the rest of the hostages that remain in Hamas captivity.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.